Greetings, fellow problematic people. It is I, the OGGM. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning here at Site B in a small island off the coast of Costa Rica. It's the 6th day of April 2022, and it's about 60 degrees and sunny, but we'll see because the weather here is always weird. And speaking of weird, it's crowdfunding time. Time to take a look at all the crowdfunding, Kickstarter, game funding, whatever they're called now, BitChain, digital nonsense that are coming to an end. If any of these products sound like something you want to invest in, head on down to your friendly local game store, that's Dreamworld Collectibles here in Ventura, California, and ask them to look into it for you. From Mythpop Games, we have the Tome of Adventure design for 5th edition. This is a $50 as the most popular pledge. Is this the same Tome of Adventure design that I have? That one was from a different company. So we have a whole bunch of random tables, 500 pages, 400 random charts, a series of micro prompts to help DMs create unexpected ideas, 5-word prompts, lots of interesting things. It's $50 is the most popular pledge. I will need to look in to see if this is the same Tome of Adventure design that I already have. Which we really love, but that one was from a different company. So this one's from Mythpop Games, but it is based upon the original Tome of Adventure design by Matt Fitch. And it is strictly for 5th edition, though. I mean, it's just random tables. It's no actual stats and prompts and stuff like that. So I don't know why it's 5e specific and not just pretty much any game. From Fabio Attoli, Attoli, we have Kamon, Japanese fantasy setting for 5e. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition source book. $24 is the most popular pledge, and it's an alternate history for Japan called Kamon. Considering how much issued and negative stuff that individuals get for cultural appropriation of stuff, and yeah, I don't know, buddy. I mean, the art looks good and it sounds like an interesting idea, but did you think this through? Considering, the whole, cultural appropriation. You're not Japanese. You've never actually been there. You shouldn't be writing a game, and that's racist for calling it alternate history of Japan. So yeah, I don't see that ending well. But good luck, dude. From Gaxworks for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, we have The Heart of Chen Tofai, Adventures in Luke Gagake's Okarum. Oh my God. Heart of Chen Tofai, Chentoufai, Adventure in Luke Gygax's Okarum, Okkorim, from Gaxworks. So I guess Gaxworks is a new company Luke Gygax has started. $45 is the most popular pledge. Luke Gygax, who of course is the son of Gary Gygax, has created an adventure for the 5e gaming table. You run through a city in his world where you will be doing stuff and scenarios of adventures. This, of course, comes off of the being run and playtested over at GaryCon. I'm not even going to touch all the controversy that's surrounding that right now. Moving on. From Post World Games, we have the biggest Praxis. This is for Praxis. This is a core rulebook. $50 is the most popular pledge. It's 4 complete games and a forest of expansions. You get a post-apocalyptic game called Carcass. So this is several games in one, I guess, made for something called the Praxis Kickstarter. Praxis being a game of fantasy hoarder. You get something called Odin's Eye, about a experimental prison. You get the Devil's Maid, so where you are undead. You get there's a game called Dirty Cops, which is a tale of bad cops investigating things. You get something called Geneva's Children, which is a modern hood game. You get something called Vertigo, where you are stuck on a spaceship. And you get something called The Witch, where you are a witch. So here's a variety of new games using something called the Praxis system. So if you kickstart this, you will receive all these games, and all these games are being made for Praxis. doesn't actually tell us anything about the Praxis system, but apparently you get a lot of stuff for kickstarting this, so I don't know. Sounds good to me. From Martin Lloyd Amazing Tales, we have Dark Nation, a tabletop role-playing game for Cthulhu Dark. The basis of this game is something terrible happened and you have to investigate. It's inspired by such things as Handmaid's Tale, The Man in the High Castle, and 1984. You'll be using the Cthulhu Dark system, but instead of supernatural monsters, you'll be facing the real-life horrors of a Orwellian world using Cthulhu Dark. From Match Play Games, we have Legends, a superhero role-playing game. $75 is the most popular pledge. It's a D20 superhero system, but with no classes. It has 100 different powers and 650 different abilities to allow you to build the character you want, running around in a superhero city doing supervillain stuff. It's 300 pages, new D20 option for superpowers. Kind of sounds like old Villains of Vigilantes, but I don't know. 650 abilities? It's just going to be like just another take on Champions. They're mutants and masterminds, but without the classes. We'll have to see. It's superhero games, so I want to support it, but yeah. We have from a company called Dreamlord Games, we have Epigonion, a Mythpop RPG. Epigoni, E-P-I-G-O-N-I, Mythpop. Great, we invented another new word. This is an original system. Most popular pledge is $150. You take on the role of a godly offspring, and you go out and try and do stuff to prove yourself worthy of your parents' legacy. So you're the son of Zeus. Think American Gods or Scion from White World. So it's a take on the American Gods idea. From Sarsen Games, S-A-R-S-E-N, we have Herbal Journal of Cicely Longbottom, a D&D supplement. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition sourcebook. Contains over 100 plants, poisons, and monsters that are plant-themed. And apparently the EN Publishing Blessings, Healings, and Peace for Ukraine package has been extended another week. That is that they've raised the minimum price from $1 to $5. 100% of the proceeds go to help Ukrainian hunger and Ukrainian humanitarian efforts. And it's a series of cards with spells on them and blessings and ideas and prayers, all healing themed. From Egg Embry and John McGuire, we have In Our Dreams Awake, a cyberpunk fantasy adventure. This is a comic book. With a campaign in it. Apparently, is it a horror? No, it's it's a tale of a character, whatever, it's a comic book. Sometimes I wish they would write these better, or I was awake more when I read this. So, what do I recommend this week? I'd have to look into Tome of Adventure Design to see if it's the same as I already have, but yeah, 500 pages of random tables, charts, and DM props. Can't go wrong with that. The $50 is a little pricey. The Japanese fantasy setting for 5e, yeah, I'm not even going to touch that one. Dude, you're doomed to fail. I'm sorry. Luke Gygax's adventure thing, yeah, not touching that, dude. Praxis. I don't know enough about Praxis other than it's a new system and they're getting you a lot of games already made for the Praxis. And it's $50. That could be good. Dark Nation tabletop role-playing game using Cthulhu Dark, but it's not a horror game. It's a dystopian. No. Legends, a D20 superhero role-playing game. God, for a genre that gets so little love, there are like 600 new superhero role-playing games every year. D20 superhero role-playing, great. Hundreds of different powers, yeah, sure. And 650 abilities. Is it a random generation system? Is it a point-based system? Is it something else? I'd like to know more information, but I hope it's not another just take on mutants and masterminds. So yeah. Epigion, the Mythpop RPG. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Stop making up words. Herbal Journey Assist. No. Blessings, Healings, a piece when it was $1, fine, but now you've raised it to $5. No. Comic book. Yeah, sure. Support the guy's comic book if you're a comic book person. None of these really sing to me other than Praxis and the Tome of Adventure Design. But you be you. If any of these products sound like something you want to support, don't listen to me. Head on over to your friendly local game store, that's Dreamworld Collectibles here in Ventura, California, and ask them to look into it for you. Till next time, I am your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, sports, and made-up words like Mythpop that is the OGGM. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Till then, why is my computer not working? See ya.